Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you've made yourselves comfortable for this Dynamics 365 Connected Store session. My name is Sid Datta. I am a Principal Program Manager in the Connected Store team. Earlier this year at NRF, we announced the launch of Dynamics Connected Store. In this session, amongst other things, I wanted to share the key value proposition of Connected Store and how we are executing towards that goal. So the agenda, there's a fair bit we want to cover, but broadly speaking, we want to cover the why for Connected Store. We want to discuss the product capability, how we're going to address some of these opportunities, where we are at in our journey, and what you can get today. Finally, we wanted to outline how you can get the most out of Connected Store by leveraging and integrating this product with commerce and other Dynamics 365 assets. So let's start off by looking at some of the key challenges and opportunities with retailers, particularly in their in-store channels. Let's take a look at the current state of digital transformation within retail. Retailers strive to connect and gather insights between customers, personnel, operations, and products. At present, for a lot of retailers, this digital feedback loop is broken for their physical channels. There is limited visibility of operations and people in their stores. And this has a negative impact on both operational efficiency and customer experiences, which may result in lower revenues. So for example, retailers want to know the promotional effectiveness. They want to understand shelf voids. They want to have intelligence to help them better manage queues. What we have found is that operations in the physical stores and people in the stores are both intricately linked. There is limited data and intelligence for both these entities. This is what we think of as the disjointed digital loop. Now, Connected Store is designed to complete this digital feedback loop. We want our customers to have the full range of not only digital insights, but spatial insights available within their physical environments. In this presentation, we will walk through how we're delivering added value through physical insights and integration with transactional line of business data. So online retailers today can track their customer behavior in a lot of details and then tie it back to their purchase patterns. They're able to use this data to optimize the customer experience vis-a-vis the products that they stock and sell. However, for physical retailers, there is still this massive physical-digital divide. Most retailers lack the right data to track real-world behaviors and actions, leading to maybe missed opportunities. In fact, we believe that some of the signals from the physical world may actually lead to improvements to both top and bottom lines across their channels, both online and physical. Now, with Connected Store, when we think about a core value proposition, we think about bridging this physical-digital divide by leveraging near real-time observational data through computer vision and IoT sensors. We want to bring some of what online retailers can do so well to retailers that run physical stores. I wanted to talk about what we will provide to help overcome some of these challenges that customers have today. Connected Store will bridge this divide by generating perception data, but do so by providing intelligent endpoints. We will consolidate multiple sensing factors along with your transactional data into summaries and/or visualizations and provide you the next best actions or recommendations. And we will do this in a single pane of glass. We want to provide actionable insights to optimize operations and customer experiences and product sales. This is what we mean by completing the digital feedback loop. Operations will include spatial and line of business data, and actions will involve providing intelligence and recommended actions to people. So here's a short video introducing Connected Store and some very valuable insights from one of our preview customers, Marks & Spencer in the UK.
Modern retail runs on modern technology. Intelligent data use is the new normal for running a business. But data isn't limited to clicks and screens. Data is all around us, if we know where to look. Observational data, the data we generate as we move through the world, can be harnessed and analyzed to inform better business decisions. Announcing Dynamics 365 Connected Store, a new application built to help retailers maximize the potential of their observational data. Using video cameras and IoT sensors, Connected Store empowers employees with tools to be more proactive and efficient. One of our early customers, Marks & Spencer, is excited to leverage Connected Store to optimize their retail operations in the UK. Recently, Connected Store was deployed at a location in the heart of London.
Well, here at Marks & Spencer, our ambition is to be a digital-first retailer, and our partnership with Microsoft is really helping us achieve that ambition.
Being a digital-first retailer isn't just about having access to great technology. It's about transforming our culture to be data-driven. The Dynamics 365 platform is equipping our colleagues with the tools they need to better serve our customers.
Connected Store gives us real-time understanding of what's happening in our store. It makes it a lot more efficient and a lot more targeted in the areas that we are working. I can use that data that is sent to me to put my colleagues in at the right moments at the right time.
The biggest impact has been on our cultural change and how we deliver technology into our stores and into the hands of our colleagues. By coupling Marks & Spencer's 134-year retail history alongside Microsoft's cutting-edge technology, we're able to give our colleagues real-time insight into how the store is operating and really focus on excellent customer service.
We're looking to use the technology to enhance our operation and to generate more revenue, and we're really excited to be working with Microsoft so we can take advantage of this amazing opportunity.
Okay, so let's look at some of the product capabilities and what we will provide to leverage some of the opportunities and address some of the issues we've been discussing so far. The overarching goal of Connected Store is to enable a virtuous cycle of observing and acting. So let's try to understand aspects of this cycle. The observation phase of Connected Store is where data ingestion happens. We ingest Connected Store with camera feeds. We can also get contextual data about space, so for example, weather or traffic patterns, and we get transactional data from our POS systems. Connected Store then correlates and analyzes this data from spatial, contextual, and transactional data stores. We provide this contextualization to you in summaries and/or visualizations. So when you think about the correlation phase and you think, what do I get? Think impact of weather on store traffic. Or for example, you may want to see the impact of 2 promotional displays and how they may be impacted on a given day. Or you want to understand the impact of a promotion to the proximity of an entrance. You can correlate the pull-through of a promotion based on it being located to the left or right of a store entrance. So from correlation, we move on to recommendation. So based on the correlations, we will provide you recommendations. Now, these recommendations will help provide answers for questions like what to display and where, when should you open a new queue, when to staff more employees. And these recommendations will then need to be acted upon. And Connected Store will leverage multiple channels to communicate with your workers. And these workers will be both at stores and at head office. So in terms of the communication, for example, we'll use custom protocols where we leverage Power Automate and team tasks. And we will also give you options to send you push notifications and send emails with dashboard summaries, for example, using Power BI. So we've been speaking a bit about the what and the why. So let's speak a bit about who will benefit from this product. I think when I look at associates and store managers and regional managers and even merchandisers, I think each of these personas will benefit greatly in terms of productivity and in their ability to make data-driven decisions. So associates will now receive timely alerts with clear instructions that help them to efficiently execute their daily plans. So when we think about store managers, they are running many businesses, and each of these store managers know their stores quite well. So what we want to do is help them with contextual data about their stores, right? They will be able to see store traffic and patterns and have data available to them about queues and wait times. All the benefits that the store manager receives from one store can be consolidated and understood on a multi-store level. If a certain change has worked for one store, it can also be understood and applied across multiple stores. Finally, we also think of the merchandiser as a key beneficiary of this product. Merchandisers will now be armed not only sales data for a promotion, but they can understand pull-throughs, they can understand dwell times, they can understand displays that have been engaging, both in terms of dwell times and foot traffic. So again, it's a mix of personas, some at the store and some at head office. So I wanted to talk a bit about our offer today and our plan of record. So we are going to go for public preview on July 1, and this is what's going to be available. So the three scenarios that are available as part of the preview experience are display effectiveness, queue management, and store occupancy. And by the way, we also refer to these scenarios as business skills. So you can consume these scenarios either collectively or individually. For example, you can get a funnel view that shows you store traffic and shows you the pull-through a promotion got. For example, you can see your store in Bellevue yesterday and compare that traffic between yesterday and today. And you can see that the store traffic increased, for example, from 84 to 120, a 42% increase in store traffic. You can also see that a new product display at the same Bellevue store had a 30% spike in foot traffic. Now, by comparing the foot traffic and dwell time across the many promotions at the Bellevue store, you can now correlate which promotion may have got the pull-through. Similarly, using the queue management skill, you can see how much of a spike queues at the Bellevue store got. Using integration with commerce, you will now be able to ensure that the queue wait times don't spike. So in this example, you used all the three skills collectively. Now, it would be remiss of me not to cover social distancing in these unprecedented times. So using data and insights from store occupancy, retailers can now see how many customers are visiting their stores. One could, for example, set thresholds of what the safe number of customers are for a particular store from a social distancing perspective. You could get alerted when this threshold is nearing a breach point, right? One could also share this number with their end customers so that customers could plan their store visits appropriately. Now, admittedly, there is some wrangling to be done for this outcome to light up, but we will continue to do a lot more in this space. Also use these skills individually. So merchandisers, for example, can now compare two promotions. The insights in terms of foot traffic and dwell time can now allow physical retailers to do similar comparison to online retailers between two promotions. Another key thing to note here is that all the three skills that are being presented to you on this single pane are being presented from two aspects, right? You can drill down to get detailed insights that are contextual to a skill, or you can get the headline holistic view. But the key thing, again, is all of this is on the single pane. So onboarding, in order to get the insights, you have to configure the edge. And what we have tried to do is make this onboarding experience as easy, as immersive, and as frictionless as we can. We want the setup to be similar, right, to a commercial home security system, patterns that you are familiar with and are now, it's second nature to you. We have designed the mobile application with the store manager in mind. So a store manager would be able to define skills and configure these business skills. So what you are seeing here is an example of how easy it is to define an end cap at a store. You're then giving it a logical name and associating it with a business skill, right? In this example, you're associating this with display effectiveness skill and saving it. That's it. You're off to the races. At this point in time, you should be able to get insights, and a merchandiser sitting at head office can compare this end cap with another end cap, maybe at the same store or maybe at another store. Again, the emphasis has been on simplicity, right, and intuitiveness. We have also thought that these displays that you see right now are going to be dynamic. So as promotions change, the ability, again, for a store manager to intuitively and quite simply make changes on this mobile application, we have tried to make make this experience as simple as we could possibly do. So a couple of better together stories and how you can leverage some of the other Dynamics and Microsoft assets to get the most out of Connected Store. One of the key value propositions for Connected Store is its extensibility. Fundamentally, the way we see this is your data, both line of business and spatial data. So we want to provide the platform and tools for you to leverage this data. The intention here is to provide a value multiplier for our customers. We want to provide you with a dynamic platform, there is pun intended in that allows you to do more with your data. For example, you can use Flow to provide custom extensions depending on the workload and triggers. Earlier in slide 12, we were discussing store occupancy and setting thresholds to be alerted. Here you can see that example taking shape. So using Power Platform, you can craft customized and extensible alerting from your data that is being hydrated by a Connected Store. We also want to provide a robust platform, one that allow our customers, I beg your pardon, to bring your own models, right? BYOM, and use that in the Connected Store ecosystem. You can also buy models from the Connected Store ecosystem. And CDM is the glue over here. You can bring your own Azure data lake to extend and customize your insights using the common data model. One more key value proposition Connected Store, and we will talk a bit more about this in the next following slides, but is integration with the physical world and the transactional data. Intention here is for customers to leverage the incredibly rich and diverse data from the physical world. Again, the way we see this is your data, and we are providing you with assets that allow you to look at both transactional data alongside spatial data, and then use products like Microsoft Teams to provide alerts and recommendations to your first-line workers. So this slide, if you were in the previous session with biology, you would have seen this particular slide. So the capability of Connected Store can be magnified in tandem with Dynamics 365 Commerce, with a complete omni-channel solution that unifies back office, in-store, and the digital experience to personalize customer engagement, increase employee productivity, optimize operations, deliver better business outcomes. Dynamics 365 Commerce then enables your customers to engage with you through a wide variety of channels, in-store, over the phone, online, through third-party marketplaces, social sites, and even conversational commerce, all in the one solution. And you can engage with shoppers wherever they may be, and customers can do a combination of these. So they can buy online, they can pick up in the store or pay for it in the store, but because they're out of stock, have it shipped to their house, right? So you can do a combination of these things. And on the right-hand side, you can see some of the four key players and the key personas who will be using this product. So the combination of observational data in stores via Connected Stores and transactional data across channel gives you deeper insights and proactive customer engagement. Retailers can gain a competitive advantage with cross-channel intelligence to understand their customers better and continue to close this online and physical gap. Traditionally, the store has been the one channel that's lagged online. You had intelligence when consumers were online, but much less when they came to the store. So what we have tried to do with Commerce and Connected Store is bring both online and offline behavior and present that to you in a single pane. So hopefully this has been helpful. I've tried to share the core essence of building Connected Store. Spoken a lot about the physical digital divide, and it's a bit ironical that I can't be in the room with you sharing the same physical space to open this up for Q&A, but I wanted to leave you with the next steps and take some questions if we can. So Shelley, we can open this up for questions and answers.
Sounds great, Sid. So, a couple questions that came in. One, you talked about the ease of getting everything set up. So, once you have your connected store edge connected, do you have any sense or can you give a sense to the community on how long it would take to start getting insights?
Yeah, so like we discussed, this is one of the areas that we have invested a lot in to make the experience as simple as possible. We spoke about the experience being tailored for a store manager. Right now, we expect it to be less than 30 minutes for each business skill to be lit up. And again, a lot more is going to happen between now and GA, but less than 30 minutes is the short of it at the moment.
So let's talk a little bit more about those insights then. And you called out the different personas. How real time are the insights for those personas?
Real time. So between now and GA, you can think of the insights across two lenses, right? One are insights that are being consumed from an analytical sense at head office, and the other are recommendations. So obviously, the recommendations will go out as things change on the floor. Right now, the insights will go from about an hour to near real time by the time we hit GA.
Perfect. Let's talk a little bit about some of the requirements. So, what kind of a camera does Connected Store support?
So the intention is, right, for customers to leverage their existing investments where they can. So we support RGB cameras from OEM manufacturers like Axis and Bosch. If you have existing IP cameras for loss prevention, we support that as well. So it's a fairly wide range of cameras. Again, intention is we don't want you to go and spend a ton of money from a CapEx point of view, but to use the existing investments that you may have made.
Great. Another question here about the integration with Connected Store and Dynamics 365 Commerce. When can you expect that seamless integration to be real?
So things will start lighting up from public preview. That will be real, and it will be, I suppose, in this strange world of digital and physical, it will be more real by the time we hit GA. But you will definitely start seeing features light up by public preview.
Awesome. Are there any recommended devices or sensors for obtaining the data?
So we're starting off with, we spoke about both video cameras and IoT sensors. Again, plan of record at the moment, what we have started off with are video cameras.
Okay, sounds great.
From a data ingestion point of view, right? So that's what we're starting off with.
All right, another one here. Looking at the current pandemic situation, like social distancing and optimal number of customers in the store, can Connected Store help manage the no-touch product movements in a store, so from a warehouse to a store display without any human touch?
So Connected Store can certainly help with, we're looking at use cases around curbside pickup, right? So that's going to be a no-touch scenario there. So can you just repeat the question around the warehousing side of things again one more time?
Yeah, so the question was really about whether Connected Store can help manage the no-touch experience of product movements. So from the warehouse to the store display without any human touch.
Yeah, so this is then using robots, and what we have concentrated and try to focus on is primarily towards the end customer, right? And in terms of how can we provide them the safest shopping experience, both with curbside pickups, and then with shopping in terms of the number of people in a store. Robots and warehouses may be something that we need to consider as well.
Okay. There's a few questions about integration. So can you talk a little bit about the integration requirements between cameras and sensors and any integration requirement to get a store's closed circuit TV footage into the mix? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so cameras, the way the cameras are going to be set up is they will be using the existing networks that customers have at their stores, right? So these are their cameras. And then the cameras get fed into what we call a first-party appliance, which sits again at the customer's location. This is a Azure Stack Edge appliance on which Connected Store is running at the edge. And so those camera feeds are running off on the customer's network. We're not bringing in any video feeds certainly into Azure. And the AI ML models again running at their site, crunching the insights and only sending the insights back into Azure. So the cameras are being connected to an appliance at the store on the customer's network. ML is happening at the customer's network. Transcribed data is coming through into Azure as insights.
I think this may be one of the last ones. We'll stay online here as people are coming on, as you guys are asking questions. So please, we encourage that as well. Are there ambitions to get to checkout-less store capabilities?
There is absolutely a lot of ambitions to get to checkout-less, self-checkout and checkout-less use cases. This is something that is we're not kind of providing a timeline in terms of which wave, but I will say it is one of the top use cases that we have, and certainly make this happen. Yeah.
Okay, another one. It looks, as you're showing on the slide, that the countries for the roadmap are currently UK and the US. What is next on the roadmap? Can you give people insight into what would be next?
In terms of geography, that's where we want to start with. We obviously want to get to a place where within those two geographies, we do a good job of implementing the product and figuring out what the next use cases are that people want to light up. And then we have to kind of also look at we have to consider the various laws of the land that exist from a GDPR point of view, and then take that into consideration as we look at other geographies from an expansion point of view.
This is another little bit of a roadmap kind of a question. So are there any plans to link this to facial recognition software?
When you say link it to a facial recognition software, the intention is in the framework of what we have spoken about, right? You can run your own business models. You can take an existing model and improve it from a customer point of view, and then you can buy models from third-party ecosystem players. Facial recognition in terms of tracking a customer and knowing that this is a customer is something that we are kind of ideating upon. But in terms of the intention from a pure architecture point of view, that the existing architecture allows you to take those models and train them within that framework, if you like.
Perfect. Well, Sid, I think you managed to answer all the questions from the ecosystem that was coming in live. So thank you very much for the session. And thank you, everyone, for attending our session today. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, and take care.